My name is Justin, and I'm an addict. And thanks to my God, the steps, and the fellowship of other addicts, I am sober one day at a time since June 19th, 2015. And for that, I am beyond grateful. Welcome to the RECO12 Speaker Meeting Podcast. We are an organization whose addictions include alcohol, drugs, lust and sex, food, and gambling, just to name a few. We come together from all places, faiths, and backgrounds to learn the similarities of addiction and to gain tools and hope from others who are walking a similar path. We invite recovering addicts with at least 1 year sobriety and who are actively working their recovery in their own respective fellowships to share their experience, strength, and hope on a live Zoom meeting each Friday at noon Central Time. Now, today's speaker meeting did not go as planned. I had a fantastic guest, Michael Brody-Waite, and he gave an amazing talk, an amazing speech about some of the principles of recovery that work so well in general life and professional life. He had 3 principles that he shared: to always make sure that I am in absolute authenticity, to surrender the outcome, and to do the uncomfortable work. And if I'm willing to do this, not just in recovery, but in my professional life, in my family life, in my school life, in my church life, whatever it may be, I will have success in that. He talked about the recipe of success in recovery, the 12 steps, that it's a simple process, but it is not easy. We had some great questions asked and everything there. Unfortunately, as soon as I ended the meeting, I realized that I didn't hit record. So what I'm doing here is I am practicing the 3 principles that Michael taught us in this speaker meeting of authenticity that I messed up and I didn't hit record. There's the first principle of authenticity. 2, I am surrendering the outcome. I sure hope that I'm able to hook up with Michael again and record this so that we can get his message out to more people, more addicts who suffer. But I have no control over that, and I am surrendering that outcome. And 3, do the uncomfortable work. And that's what I'm doing right now by recording this short episode of the RECO12 podcast with a couple of the principles that Michael shared with us. I'm going to go ahead and share in the show notes of this episode several of the links and resources and everything that Michael shared with us. As you noticed at the beginning of this, I gave his full name, Michael Brody-Waite. He surrendered his anonymity because he is a public figure. He speaks, he gives training workshops to corporations and individuals and companies, and he's written a book. So I'm going to, and he's also done a TED Talk, so I'm going to send the links or put the links in the show notes of this meeting so that you can get to those even if I'm not able in the future to re-record a speaker meeting with him. But I just do want to thank him. I want to thank each of you, the listening audience, for your support, for your help, and thank Michael for his time, even though if we look at it through a certain standpoint, it seems to be lost and wasted time. But for me and for those who attended live, it really was a fantastic, enlightening, encouraging, motivating meeting. So before we close out, I just want to remind everybody that RECO12 is a self-supporting service, and we appreciate your help in keeping it that way. We gratefully accept contributions to help cover the cost of the Zoom platform, podcast platform, web hosting, and administrative costs. To contribute, you can go to www.reco12.com/support, or you can click the link to PayPal that are in the show notes of this meeting. This coming week, we will be hearing from Anita O, and I'm excited to hear her message. One more request. If you find value in RECO12, please take a moment and go to the podcast platform that you're listening to this on and leave a rating and review. Also, please feel free to share it with any in your recovery network. If you attend a fellowship that has other members there that are looking for additional tools to help with their recovery and to find some support from people, share this podcast with them. Tell them all about it and tell them what you learned from it. It helps us all work our 12th step in carrying the message of recovery to more addicts who suffer. And just one more closing out thing. We'll go ahead and we will have a recovery prayer to close this out. In the meeting, we did the serenity prayer, and I think that is pretty accurate for how I feel right now. I need that serenity prayer because of the, disappointment that I feel for messing this up. So, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. Thy will, not mine, be done. Thanks for listening in and supporting this. Keep coming back. It works if you work it, so work it. You are worth it.
Standing still a moment, carving out this time, reflecting on the landscape of this life of mine. Peaks too high to conquer, streams too wide to cross, troughs too deep to walk through without incurring loss. Yet here I am, still standing tall, despite the rough terrain. One like me survived the storms and walked through wind and rain. Still standing, I will fight the good fight, still searching for glimmers of light, feet still on the ground. I can still be found, standing still.
My wings are torn and tattered, but I know I still can fly. I may not soar unfettered, I may not rise too high.
Recorded in the book of life and binded with a seal that I am bowed and broken, I am standing still.
Only God knows where the path of life will yet lead me. I do not even ask to know, I do not need to see.
It is enough to know that I'm loved and not alone. And with those truths, I thankfully march into the unknown. Still standing, I will fight the good fight. Still searching for glimmers of light. Feet still on the ground. I can still be found. Still standing, I will fight the good fight. Still searching